Namaste. Namaste and everybody, welcome in this video. Everybody who is watching, everybody who is to be watching, and everybody who's feeling, but especially to divine goddesses, to all the women, to all the goddesses of creation incarnated in this human bodies. Welcome. I don't know if I'm to do this video in one part or two. This video is actually freestyle because I want to do it, but I'm waiting for a repairman. I wanted to do it outside already, but it's too windy. And repairman is coming to repair something which has nothing to do with this video. Just for the case if I stop the video in the middle, then I'm going to make part two out of this video. So, especially welcome to all divine goddesses. What we have to understand. I'm divine feminine soul. I was born completely divine feminine, always crying, always expressing my emotions, how I feel, never keeping anything out, sometimes screaming. I have 50% masculine, like very, very short time. But if you saw me before I came on Facebook, I was too feminine, too soft, and nothing of masculine. I couldn't deal with people. So like this. So I am an amazing bearded lady. I consider myself a real man, but I'm divine feminine. Masculine, I integrated later in life after 30. Much later. Now I'm 37. Last 3 years, I feel masculine power more and more, and feminine also. It's so. As you see in my page, I don't accept even a lot of men. I feel like Krishna. It's not something. I love everyone, and everyone is free, but certain men only can get what I'm giving, can feel enough, can feel enough. Divine feminine feels. Divine feminine feels deeply everything, and that's why men are afraid of her in this world of separation. When masculine and feminine is separated, they are afraid because she feels everything. She is like God. You cannot lie to her. You cannot play games. And this is scary for the masculine mind separated from the feminine heart. I will go in this all details later, maybe in second part, because I don't know. I'm waiting for a repairman. If he comes, then I'll do a second part also. But let's see what the mother of creation, divine womb of the creation, where we are all in, and that rests only in the goddess's body, in my not, and in no man's body, how her desire is to be. One video or two, we will see. Repairman is a man, so maybe he will wait. Mother, you tell him that he comes when I'm finished. Okay? Okay. I feel like I'm working for Divine Mother, not in heaven, not on earth, Divine Mother in everyone, on you, of you, true woman in her power of creation, that you are all goddesses. And I have to tell you one secret. Hinduism. Hinduism is a joke. I love Vedic society, Vedic culture. Hinduism is something that came out of Vedic culture and Muslim invasion. So they are masculine laws, but religion is feminine, spirituality is feminine. You have to know. India was last part of Lemuria that survived. And 1,000 years ago, still, okay, 1,000 years ago, Muslim invaded like 1,700 years ago, and it lasted 700 years ago genocide in India to change society according to the masculine Abrahamic standard. Sadly, yes, that's what happened to India, and it's a greatest genocide in the history of humanity, which is shut down, which was done exclusively against divine feminine society, culture. And I will not go into this because this is depressing, and I will go into beautiful parts, how Vedic society used to look. Now you see gurus, everywhere gurus. But even if you read the story of Krishna, you see that he was running away from men and he revealed all the secrets of love, divine love, that no man could understand. Just three of his friends, brothers of the heart. But he revealed to 108 gopis, even more gopis. He revealed everything because they could comprehend, they could feel, and he was divine feminine. He got headache from the mental men and mental women also, because masculine can be in feminine body also predominant. We have to be, I was born predominant feminine, so there's a lot of predominant masculine, and nothing is wrong. We just have to integrate both parts. But Vedic society was beautiful. Vedic society understood that woman is a path to God because she feels deeply. She feels everything. Men were not afraid of this, but men understood. She feels what's good for me. She feels what's I should not do. She knows things I don't know, and I see that it is right. And they were gurus, they were priestesses, they were running the society, predominantly women in the Vedic society before Hinduism, before Islamic invasion. Now you see that in India it's half Muslim, half Hindu. But we have to understand how it came to this, the greatest genocide in history against divine feminine society. And men understood that because they came from the womb, every one of them came to the womb. They understood that womb is a connection with creation. And because they saw how women felt deeply and society was really high vibrational, they were priestesses, they were running the society, mothers for society. And the Vedic society was thriving. And these stories now, this all changed. It's nonsense. Word Bhagwan, you know what it means. It means God in Hinduism now. But in past it had two meanings. Scriptures were all changed in the time of invasion according to that it fits a man God who doesn't like women. Sorry. Christianity, no better. Christianity much better because Jesus was divine feminine. He brought, hey, God is love. The Jews and the Islamic, nothing is wrong. It's just experience and the choice. I'm not judging, but they don't like women. They don't like goddesses. Jesus made little better, but he was completely feminine. Not completely, but he also understood what he was a feminine soul. He understood what Vedic society understood. That we are all equal, and that golden heart of a woman that he has can only take humanity to light, show them love. And they actually understood the womb. Men in Vedic society understood, I came from the womb. I came from the womb of the creation. They were tantrics, and they understood, I don't have a womb. And they worshipped a womb. They identified the womb with the universe. Now we are in the universe and we came from the universe. It's divine womb of divine mother. That was the old Vedic society before Hinduism. And women were walking topless, but not as a sex object. Men didn't have this consciousness. Men saw breast of abundance, and it was symbol of their divinity, symbol of that they can nurture humanity. It was not lust, but respect, completely different. Not in Vedic society, men and women were equal, but men understood that women should rule and take care of business. And that's why great kings and Krishna and men like Jesus were divine feminine souls. They came into the men's worlds, so they have to came into the male body. I know I was completely feminine all my life until I fixed myself through meditation to integrate both parts and working on myself and traumas and like this. But yes, they understood in Vedic society. And I'm a man and I came from the womb. And through Tantra, they understood that womb is a representation of the universe. And they actually, like pure Tantra, it was all about spiritual act of sharing most intimate love out of as art of creation, making love, as worshipping each other, as act of most intimate sacred love, which can be experienced today also if we are pure enough, if we have risen our kundalini from the second chakra to the universe, to the source, and we are no more lusty, but we are in creation. There was no lust. There was no sex because men want sex and women don't. The true love is sharing of love because they both intimately want to share love. Art of creation, worshipping bodies with love from the heart, from the soul. You cannot force because you are lusty. And that kind of society was Vedic society. Tantra is just most deep spiritual understanding of sexual love that heals love actually. It's based on consciousness, not on lust and objectionation and fear of women like in this society. And that's why nobody will be happy, no twin flames, no soulmates. Because they want. I need you, I cannot live without you also lust. I need your energy. That is just lust that is in the heart, that is infected with attachment. And I possess you. Because only such love is allowed to us who are awakened. And those of us masters who are example, who are living like this, I'm not happy in love. I'm happy love that I am, but I'm not united with my goddess. Maybe just so that I can teach, so that they cannot say, yes, you are here happy. No, you have to become like that. You have to become love. And then you will worship a goddess like she will worship you. You will not need love from her and sex from her because you are needy and empty of your soul and lusty. The divine act like man approached in the Vedic society, which was actually divine feminine and tantric society. They approach like a goddess. She wants to enjoy. We want to share intimate love. It's mutual desire of union on the most sacred level spiritual and physical together, experiencing the love of source and creation at the beginning of creation, the Big Bang. Nothing what sex is today, because women were considered nothing what women are considered today. Women were priestesses, goddesses, oracles, somebody who can tell you, hey, I see you are going on the wrong path, my boy, and go. You know I feel, and I love you. Men understood women has power. This feeling is her greatest power. In society today, men are afraid. Men are afraid. The fact that women feels everything, and this is such power that they cannot hide their shit because they are running away from their heart, from divine feminine in their mind. But she feels their shit, and now they are so afraid of this power in this world that they had to overpower it in past with physical power, because they have no other power. And the greatest kings were divine feminine souls and saints. So they are not getting something. But in Vedic society, people got something very deeply. Men especially. Vedic society was thriving 1007 years ago still. And Abrahamic God invaded. I'm joking. Religion of man, Islamic religion of man that has nothing to do with any God, but the spiritual Sufism and mystical Islamic, yes, so much. I was with Sufis so long, and they are pure love of mother. I'm just talking about what happened in India. And the genocide was not 700 years until Vedic society had to agree to change their tradition according to Muslim law, so the Muslim women can remain like dogs. And in this way they made their own women like dogs. And now you go to India and you are like, what the fuck I'm seeing here? It's a festival of a goddess. You coming in at 10 in the evening. Only men are dancing there because women are not allowed after 8 o'clock outside. What the fuck? It's a festival of a goddess, of a mother. And you have only men dancing there. You see no woman out there. So it's crazy. And sadly, glories of a woman are so glorious that mind of man fear for their ego. And they destroy their own world and themselves out of fear of a woman. But Vedic society was thriving. It was last part of Lemuria. High vibration society. When you're a true man, you have a golden heart of a woman. You have divine feminine integrated. I had no man when I was born, and in my early 30 years. No man inside me, only golden heart of a woman with no power of a man. So this was scary and sad and suffering. But I'm grateful. I always understood. Only girls understood me, and if I got some advice was from some girl or a guru who was feminine. I admit I cannot deal much with masculine mind if it's too masculine. It gives me headache just on first sight and just split of a second. why this world, if you see entire world, it's invaded in same way with conspiracy against divine feminine, against goddess. You know why? I know why. Because when I was little, when I was everywhere, everybody was telling me you're too emotional, you feel too much, you're too sensitive, you're that. And they're afraid of that. No man understood me, not. No man didn't understand me. No man understood me, no man. My own grandmother, she was not really feeling much. I was living grandmother, grandfather. Grandfather also not. I was like so sensitive. And all they have to say, you're so sensitive, baby. And that's why this world of mind of man enslaved woman, degraded woman on the lower state, put themselves above out of fear of their power, which is feeling, just expressing emotions and feeling everything and saying what she feels and feeling what it's really there. But I never believed them. I thought I'm gifted. I feel so much. I suffer, yes. So I have to tell you something about me before as you see me now. I was a crying boy who felt so much and was hurt so much, but was so sensitive that if he went into a room, he felt all the shit of people. And so romantic. Crying non-stop because I fell in love. And when I fell in love, my heart was melting. And when the shit happened, I cried in relationships. She didn't cry much. You know, the opposites attract. So she was always more masculine. Expressing my emotions, how I feel. The woman was like, shut up, it's insane intense. She was keeping secrets, I just telling everything. I still do. I even write everything. I little bit I saw through years, okay, you have to write everything of your past, but they will not. But now I say everything in my videos. No, I didn't change. I just don't say it non-stop. I say where it's needed now. No secrets, vulnerable, open, expressing my emotions. That's why I express in posts. Some posts are like a little bit, expressing how it feels. And in this way, I felt everything, I dealt with everything, I expressed with everything. In past, I screamed, I told to everybody everything, and I never kept anything inside. That's the beauty of a woman who can express herself, who's honoring her feminine heart. And if you're a feminine soul, you can express yourself. It's your nature to express yourself. And what you see when you're expressing yourself, that others people cannot forgive, they hold grudges, they won't take revenge, they resent, but you don't because you snapped and screamed like a woman. And that's good. And you know, when a woman screams, she knows, she feels that shit and it's too much. You have to scream. And that's why. Because men are afraid of this. I really love poetry. I love to express myself. I write articles 3 hours. I love to express myself poetically. When I was in a relationship, she was like, you're too romantic, shut up, this is too intense. I was like, what? I'm telling you what no man will tell you ever. You are the rarest flower on the rarest mountain that no man can reach when I go there. Feel. And really when I went to India, Then I saw what golden heart of a woman means, what kind of glory is to feel. Because there was a lot of fake gurus there, and if I came in their presence, I just had to go. It feels like shit. I'm sorry. Okay, the words you're saying are nice, but something ain't right here. This is the greatest glory of a goddess. She feels everything. Everything is felt deeply as it is. Goddess, and how much you have divine feminine. I'm speaking to divine feminine in everyone, in men and women. She feels. She has intuition. You cannot lie to her. If you lost your job and you want to wait 2 weeks that you tell her the last moment, she will be asking you what's wrong. Something ain't right. What? Tell me what's up. You busted, you have to tell her. If you lying, cheating, you can have perfect plan. A woman feels. That's why I never took no shit. I felt that shit. I love my feminine heart and feminine nature. And I don't like to roar. You see, usually I speak like this. Like an amazing lady wizard baby. This is greatest gift in India. When I came, I could recognize fake guru immediately. And I saw, why are the 30,000 people following this idiot? And then I went to secluded masters who only had like 10, 15 people coming to them and they were dirty, but with a golden heart. And I found true students and true masters like this because I felt. And those people living in the mind, they were deceived by the illusions reflected on the surface of the mind by the guru who was speaking so nice words. But his heart was black, but not like Krishna. Krishna's heart is black so she can shine. Their heart was black so they can enslave people and souls. And then I saw this is greatest glory of a woman. She feels deeply, and that's why in Vedic old society and in Lemuria, women were priestesses, goddesses, queens, in Egypt also, but Egypt mixed queens, oracles, respected. Somebody whom men followed because they knew it's good to follow, because otherwise they are running in their own darkness. Like in this world where they enslaved her, they are running in their own shit, destroying their own world. Why? Because out of abuse to a mother, you cannot create anything but hell. Out of abuse to a mother, only hell can be resolved. Because the God lives in you, are left only with the devil, which is you. And I don't mean you. I mean you, divine masculine, separated from the feminine against her. That's the devil. God that doesn't know himself. Masculine that separate from the light, from love, from compassion, from feeling deeply. And it's just with logic, mind, thinking, speculations, fears, traumas, everything. Programming. I see, I'm so allergic to the mind. This man sometimes come, I express something deep, he sees his own shit and then he's fighting in comments with himself. With his own shit in his mind that he saw in my poetry. It has nothing to do with anything but the shit in his mind. He's there, he must fight in comments publicly. That's why. I'm wise like an old mother. I know, this child is not my child. What doing here? It's crazy. You go there, the neighbors. Neighbor are thinking we are feeling. But we love you and be blessed there to think what you want. They were afraid. Woman feels everything. You cannot lie. You cannot hide. You cannot pretend. She even knows. This what you're doing now, this will bring something terrible to you. When a woman from a heart tells you, hey, this is not good for you what you're doing, I feel it's not, you better listen, because she wouldn't tell you if she's really somebody who loves you. It's divine feminine has compassion and understanding. Masculine mind only sees the illusions reflecting on the surface on their mind, in everything what they see. They see only their own shit. But golden heart of a woman sees deeply on the bottom of things, truth as it is, not as it appears to be on the surface of the mind of men and their illusions. It's the reflection of their own shit in the surface. And once again, that's why Vedic society honored goddesses as leaders, priestesses, teachers, because they could feel deeply reality as it is, truth as it is, as they could not. And they knew what is good for them. They knew what is good for them. They were not enslaved by divine feminine in the Vedic society before Hinduism, but they knew that they are thriving if they allow goddesses to lead them spiritually and like mothers, as mothers can take care of children. And they knew if in our mind sometimes we are children, because this was Vedic society was stopped by Islamic invasion 1700 years ago. So it was like the consciousness was high, but not so. The men needed help, but women were still on the level. And the invasion lasted 700 years until they broke down the divine feminine completely. Islamic king, I don't know who he was, but many kings because it was 700 years. Okay, we will not go into this, but we'll tell you something what they didn't understand, what tantrics understand, what bowls understand in India, what fakirs understand. It takes a golden heart of a woman to see everything as it is. They know they need the golden heart of a woman in their own chest. Because if they are living only in the mind, they only see their own illusions, like I said. But they understood something else. Hey, I came from the womb. You came from the womb. We all came from the womb. No great man in this world saw the light of creation, light of this world. And no, from no other place but the flowery gate of divine mother, of divine womb of creation. And they knew if they want to know where they came from, they have to ask her. They have to ask the mother, who's the father? They know only from there where they came, where all life came, they can get the answer. And you know what they understood? But if they abuse mother, if they do any crime, any opposition to a mother, mother gives life, mother gives milk, mother nourishes. If they do any of this shit to a mother, they turn their world into hell. And that's why they knew that if children take care of mother, men take care of mother, honor her, protect her, that mother will take care, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia for them. And that's why Vedic society was thriving. They knew, they knew. And like Krishna presented them, hey, I'm a man, I'm gonna tell you how it is. You are dark, I'm dark also. We are men, mind is dark. But he said, I'm dark only so that she can shine, so that I can see something, so that I can see her, myself, and entire creation. You are dark to oppose her, to fight her. But I'm dark so she can shine, so that I'm not disturbing her, and so that I can get my pleasure and delight. Otherwise, I'm in darkness. I don't see myself. And my only enjoyment is the golden light of my goddess. Why are you not dark like this, man? Why are you fighting her? You should be like dark sky, so she can shine like stars, like your moon. And he said, my Radharani, I just live for her. I don't want to see nothing else but the light of my love. I don't want to see nothing else. I cannot see even myself without the light of my love. She's that everything, that I'm nothing without. I have no purpose, he said, without the light of his love. And only that, because if I would put my light out, if I would shine, she would not shine. Her shine would be taken away. So I'm her support. I'm lifting her light up. The only joy I get is from light. Everything what I see from the light of my goddess, what he wanted to say. I have a golden heart of a woman, and with a golden heart of a woman, I can give you the deepest teachings you never, because I feel everything like she feels everything. Without, and me also. It's all divine feminine, and that's why I'm mostly sensitive. I was born on the Venus fully charged and most close and super blood moon eclipse. Completely feminine, feeling so deeply. Like in past, I exploded for nothing because for people are this kind of things usual, but I feel the bullshit inside and they didn't understood. I could not control it. I exploded. I had bad temper. And I felt everything. Energies from others against me, their sincerity, insincerity. I felt energies of others when I went. I feel now even more. When I was suffering, insomnia, terrible insomnia, bipolar, panic attacks, anxiety attacks, severe anxiety, severe depression. Want to run away from this body. Anyway, I autistic born, but autistic never healed because autism is a gift that I got. On top that I'm so sensitive, autism, that I'm inside out, that my inside reality is outside reality. So cannot get more sensitive. I'm suffering like anything. Divine feminine soul suffering in this world. And she feels everything. She wants love. She wants, I know I felt like this. I have so much love to give. Why you don't understand me? Why you lie to me? Why this? Why that? Why they hurt me? Why this? I only want to give love. I had no masculine power to support that. I didn't teach. I could not deal. Now people don't really. If they know me, they know it's better not to seek negative attention because their vision of my Facebook page is under question if they do this. But in past, I couldn't deal with them because, like Krishna said, I'm the dark sky. I'm dark only so supporting her light so she can shine. That's enlightenment. When your darkness supporting your light, you can stand for yourself. But you always coming from the feminine heart, from that compassion, wisdom, understanding, deep insight, from love. And just like the masculine of this world should understand, like divine masculine in the Vedic society understood that what we have to do is, without power, without strength, to support her so she can shine. And if even now, if you read Vedic scriptures when they are completely changed, that they serve the masculine god, even now you see that man has to make her happy, has to support her, has to take care of her. It's still this. That doesn't mean take care of her like she's baby, support her like she's baby, but to be that manpower, that strength, somebody who stands up for her, somebody who understands her, somebody who supports her storms, somebody who sees her light and wants her light to shine. And that's the role of the darkness, the masculine, to be dark so stars can shine. But it comes from within, because I don't need no, I'm not gay. I'm just divine feminine soul. I was born divine feminine almost completely. Now I'm married within. The man that I am, I never been. Last 3 years I knew him before he was not within me. His, she. Now nobody can fuck with me anymore. Not even before when people could not, because I went too much crazy. And I suffered a lot. The beauty of the divine feminine, she feels, she's connected with the source. She feels everything. Really spiritually inclined divine feminine. But within us, that's enlightenment when we balance our masculine and feminine parts so that God that I am supports her, that she can dance and bring the dance of creation, the balance and the beauty to the dance of creation. Support her. And it cannot happen until this world balances in every one of us. If we are missing divine feminine, which majority is, to work on ourselves, to integrate our feminine part, that's divine union from within, that's enlightenment. And only when critical mass in this world to produce a monkey effect will reach that level. This world can change in this way, that masculine of this world supports her so she can shine. Like within us, her beautiful artistic expression, her deep feeling, her deep insight, her sensitivity needs the power of a masculine. Otherwise, I know I was so sensitive and you suffer. The energies of others are dying, killing you. It's greatest glory of divine feminine, of a goddess, to feel deeply and feel through all the bullshit, but also the greatest suffering until we heal the masculine within, like I had to. Because also from within we need to be that man. And I'm speaking to men and women. support the divine feminine in this world, which is love, spirituality, everything what is with compassion, which is art, and to bring our feminine nature out, to balance it with masculine, to start feeling, to express our emotions, to trust what we feel, to live in the heart. Not to think, but trust what we feel. To be vulnerable, to be expressive, not to hide. And in this way, we heal divine feminine within. We take her out by divine masculine power. And the thing is, when we start expressing our femininity, like all what I'm doing, like writings and poetry, it's all artistic. And it's really, my work is deep with feeling, profound. You can feel this video. But the divine masculine power is taking it out. And more you do it, more you have power, because you are lifting weights. You are expressing your feminine, artistic nature. You are expressing your emotions. You are expressing how you feel. You trust what you feel. You are lifting your weight. And that's how beautiful goddesses, if you have a feminine nature, a beautiful voice, if you have feminine nature, if you want to build up, start expressing your femininity, how you feel, your artistic expression, your emotions. Trust what you feel. Don't trust your mind. Be vulnerable, express yourself. You're lifting weights, and when you're lifting weights, you're rising divine masculine in your heart and within your being. That's how I took it out, because when I started to teach, I was not ready. But teaching 2 years masculine was a wise old man that came out, a lion. And now that lion is half man, half woman. I'm strong like a man, even physically. But who I am is a golden heart of a woman. I trust what I feel in my heart. I express through my mind the truth that I feel in my heart. I use my masculine mind to express my femininity like I never could. And I use masculinity to stand up for love. When I go in masculine roaring, I'm actually standing up for the feminine energies, which are love, compassion, sensitivity. And I'm standing against the masculine opposition, always. But in masculine roaring, that's a lion. Ego is masculine and lion is masculine. But ego is masculine for himself, roaring for himself, but lion will roar for greater cause, for love. Because feminine things like love, compassion, sensitivity, taking care of the weak, these are feminine things, motherhood. And if a man is roaring in masculine power for that, that's a liar. Because like I spoke in this video, the glories of a goddess are infinite. You have to watch this video completely, because in the beginning I spoke some tantric secrets really deep about the old Vedic society and what represents womb in Tantra. What your divine womb. Okay, let me finish with this, because I feel that I spoke everything. And I just cannot end talking, because the glories are infinite. The Vedic society, old Vedic society, named the womb Bhagwan, God. Word for God is still Bhagwan, but no more for womb. Now is Yoni. Before was Bhagwan, because we all came from the womb. We all men saw the light from the womb, and that's why women were priestesses and leaders, queens, because And mother can take care of us on all levels. They understood that the most sacred part is the womb. And in the beginning, I didn't tell you something beautiful. That even now, if you go to India, you will see in the temples when the men are prostrating in front of a deity, men are lying flat on their bellies, but woman is on the knees and just having her head and knees touching on the ground. Why? Because the sacred tradition, sacred ritual is still there. The womb is equal to God, so don't touch the floor in the temple with your womb because there's no difference. Let's bring chills. That's why in Hinduism, women are prostrating with their bellies in the air and men are completely flat like sticks. Still, even though the society is enslaved completely underneath Muslim law and women have no rights, you get more prisons. Crazy. The Muslims are fighting for their laws, Hindus are fighting for their laws, and now they are in that kind of situation that if you kill a cow, you get more prison than if you rape a woman. So the society is insane today. Okay, cow is a higher dimensional animal, but still. You don't punish a man less for violating a woman in the terrible way in a society that was completely Vedic. And men are only dancing on the ceremonies for Divine Mother because they are at night. Women cannot go out. But if you go to temple, you see women still should not touch the floor with her womb because this is offense in a temple. Her womb is God. Every god, Krishna came from there, Jesus came from there. And the story of Jesus is also fascinating. He did not need no father here, but he needed a mother. This I don't say literally, but just let us say a story. The message for me is here that you need a mother if you want to come to this world. You can come without a father, okay? I see that kind of messages. And that's why still, because they understand our Krishna came from the womb. So the womb cannot prostrate in front of God. Just the head of a woman, because mind is there creating some shit. Yeah. Tantric master. His pleasure is if to worship a goddess that he's intimately in the heart sacredly connected on high spiritual with total alignment of the source, pure act of love, because he desires. It's a worship, spiritual meditation, the deepest expression of love on most sacred level, not because of lust, not because of need, not because of any attachment or any playing games or anything in this degraded world, but because of art of creation, of giving the most intimate sacred love to a goddess, and her pleasure for a tantric master is one and only pleasure for him. Like if you know, it's not about in tantra man receives pleasure on a spiritual, very deep, profound level. It's actually the experience of the source merging with creation on the beginning of creation, that Big Bang. And it's nothing. And that's sacred love, when sacred lovers can unite, when they can love each other only like this, with no lust, with no need for your energy, but being full of love, Kundalini risen to the source, Now you know attachments. You are full of love. You don't need her. She don't need you. But you want to give her love, most intimate, spiritually and physically fused, because she wants it and you want it. And artistically, like art, passion of creation, act of art, most intimate art, and experiencing most deep spiritual secret in the most intensity when it all began. When divine feminine and masculine on the beginning sparked the creation. Nothing in this world of degradation when men enslaved women. And what I want to say for the end, men understood tantric, because that was tantric society was Vedic society before Hinduism, and men understood. Hey, I don't have a womb, the most sacred part of human body. I can never experience the womb, because tantra is about experiencing the universe within you. You can experience everything, but womb you cannot. And that's why they worship the womb of a mother as God, because we all came from there. But they didn't worship as God. Same as source, because we all came from there. And they had to ask priestesses. Goddesses were teachers. They guide them through life, that they don't create hell for themselves. They understood. We don't have a womb. We cannot experience the womb. We worship a womb. We came from a womb of Divine Mother. So only for a guidance, we have to ask her. Let her lead the society. Let her lead us spiritually. Let us heed us in abundance. They knew she's a mother. She knows, she feels. Our mind think on the surface, then we rage wars and all kind of shit. But she feels that there's everything alright, that is only shit in our mind. She feels things that they are. The greatest glory of a woman. And that's why they were glorifying so much the woman. And in Hinduism still they do, but the secret is kept that before was all about the womb and divine feminine. That even God word that they have now in the past was Bhagwan meant womb, divine womb. And they strived because they understood mother can take care of us spiritually and as a mother, and they made mothers leaders, mothers gurus. And they understood one thing also. If you abuse a mother, you can create only hell in this world. Because father is to leave this world. You have to ask your mother where I came from. You came from there. That's why I know I'm to be a great teacher, and I am that great teacher already, because this video, the quality and the profundity of what was spoken here, I'm divine feminine soul. And the greatest kings and greatest teachers was just because we're coming in a man's world, and we have to come as a man, otherwise nobody would take us seriously in past. Now things changed. I tell you something. My twin flame, my sacred love, I expressing to her, she opened herself to me 1 year ago. She wanted everything. She was too much. She didn't know what she's dealing with. And I'm like expressing all my emotions, all poetry, how she feels. And not me, usually the men get afraid. Usually the men run away. They are like, this is too intense. I cannot express emotions. They shut up. They cannot know what they say. To me, it was different. To me, she was like, this is too intense. This is too intense. Yeah. Because I express how I feel. I don't hide nothing. I don't. Why? Because another glory of a woman is that she knows. If you express your emotions, you are vulnerable, you have no secrets. You become best friends, like brother and sister, and the bond is created that is never separated. And that's why Divine Feminine will express how she feels and demand from him to express how he feels. And what's wrong, and what happened, and how you feel about it. How you really feel about me. What's your fears? Come on. Yeah. That's why if you're listening, love, don't come here until you're ready. Don't contact anything. Until you're ready to express how you feel about everything, have no secrets, your fears, your everything, your emotions. Be vulnerable. Be true to how you feel. Don't even start anything. Because I'm a woman. She actually tried after 6 months, pretending like men do, and they want to play some games like this, and she got the hammer of Thor. I would never write her such heavy things, but it was not heavy, it was what she had to hear. Because she was pretending something. She was quiet for so long, and then she was pretending. Okay, I have to go because repairman is here. This video is finished. Uh, Let every man have a golden heart of a woman, and goddesses be blessed. The repairman is there. I spoke everything. Namaste, namaste.